It is always a good time for football here in the city of Pittsburgh. Welcome to Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, we'll see the majority of two rosters hit the field in a preseason matchup between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome, head coach Mike McCarthy and your defending AFC North Pittsburgh Steelers.
Katie York set to get this one started. And we're off from Acrisure. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're going to be let out by someone possibly playing his final NFL season. Still going in his early 40s. It is Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
And they've got first down. Give him a gain of 13 on that previous play.
Kind of seems to me like somebody was just kind of waiting for prime time. Brought his best out with the very first carry and got us off and running.
They've got first down here from the 36. Rodgers off the play action. Oh, enveloped by the defense. They get him at the 32. David Onyemata. And that forces them back now into a 2nd and 15.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
This is Dowdle on 2nd down. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was the former two-time Steelers All-Pro, Minkah Fitzpatrick, making that play.
You know, Kate, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Oh, he loses the football. And the Jets recover it.
This defense has sure decided that they're going to be the star of the show, at least here from the jump. One series in, they've delivered the first game-changing play. I am talking about one thunderous collision.
So now it's the Jets getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be let out by a player in his 2nd stint now with this team, a decade after the first stint ended. Year 13 now in the NFL for Geno Smith.
Not been a whole lot of...
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Previous play is under review.
All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And they're going to get to him, bring him down after allowing about 13 on the play. And it's going to be a New York 1st down.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the 1st down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the 1st time. There's the stop. Play hits for 15 before it, though. And that's going to be good for a Jets 1st down. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if this ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Looked like a first for a moment, but still a couple of inches left to go. 2nd down. Man in motion here. On the counter, Hall. And he's going to be stopped just a couple yards beyond the line, but that is still good enough for the 1st.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Now Smith taking off with it. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defense linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Smith on 3rd and short. Contact is there, and that's going to break up the catch. Incomplete pass.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Now on 4th down, here's Austin McNamara out to punt for the Jets. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that 1st drive ended in a punt. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Dowdle. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Throwing on 2nd, Rogers. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I'm an old offensive coordinator in the NFL. Sitting in our team meeting, he would say, listen, my job is to get you a one-on-one. Your job is to win it. Well, that time the defense, they're paid to win battles too, and he got the job done defensively.
3rd and long for him here. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And he's not going to make it. They stop him short, so expect a punt coming up here on 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Goes for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. Second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And in a tie game, we've been sensing a breakthrough coming, Brock. Might this be the drive where we finally see one side get the edge over the other?
Well, if it is, Kate, you know and I know it's about play-to-play execution and more than likely making sure they can convert in some of those situational downs.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Smith to the air now. He's in trouble, not going to get away. They drop him at the 29. Cameron Hayward. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
2nd down throw coming for Smith. Avoid some trouble there. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be out there after a pickup of about 17 yards. And that's going to be 1st down Jets.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's Smith. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of him on 2nd down. Hall takes it straight ahead. Runs inside the 35. And he'll finally be taken down at the 25. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Design quarterback run here. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Working on 2nd down. Smith. And it's going to end up an incomplete pass, partner, so that brings up 3rd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Now Smith. That's caught at the 4. He's going to score. Touchdown, Jets. Kenyon Sadiq capping a 7-play scoring drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Katie York for the PAT. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they go up 7-0 here early.
Steelers nothing.
On now is York to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. And he will not turn this into a positive. They take him down. Will McDonald. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. They get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
2nd down, it's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And a stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's hauled to the ground. The 2nd time that they have brought him down on this series.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd down, and they need to get 10. Here's Rodgers. This is Metcalf working that right side. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like about 11 yards. And that is good for Pittsburgh. 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Quick to the left, it's caught. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Picked up a few on that 1st down play, so now we've got 2nd and 7. On the counter, Dowdle. They get in there for the stop. Damage limited to 8 yards. And that is going to be good for a Steelers 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
To throw is Rodgers. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Now here's Rodgers. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch. We've got a stoppage here. There's a player out there in some pretty obvious discomfort being worked on. All hopes, of course, that it's nothing serious, especially here in the preseason. Couple of yards on the catch, leaves them 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. Looked for a second like he had him, Brock, but he just couldn't hang on. It was a good throw to fit it into double coverage, but too tough through that contact. 3rd down.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Rodgers will look to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
We call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection. Set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Rodgers, 1st and 10. And he is cooking on this series, connecting on 7 of his 8 throws. Working inside the red zone. We've got a screen to the running back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Rodgers now on 2nd down. He's in trouble, not going to get away. They drop him at the 29. It's Onyemata again. And that is now 3 times that they have dropped him on this drive. And before we can see a snap, we've arrived at the end of our 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. And to the ground it goes. An incomplete pass brings us to 4th down.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Boswell able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. To return it, here's Isaiah Williams. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. We send a man in motion. Now start this drive with Hall. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
Yeah, the thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. D coordinators love to dial it up.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They go right back to Hall. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That stop made by T.J. Watt.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Third down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. Smith. Up by his running back, Allen. And he's not going to make it. They stop him short. So expect a punt coming up here on 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now the punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First call here coming from the shotgun. And a good defensive play to knock that one out. So we've got second down. First play of the drive, Brock. You always tell me this. Always the start of a new battle. And defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right?
Yeah.
You got to now put yourself in a manageable 3rd down after lack of execution on 1st.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. The pitch to Dowdle. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Third and long for him here. He's making a bid for it. And he's going to be stopped short of the first. That brings up 4th down and likely the Steelers punt team.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston to punt it away once more. Back deep is Williams. He has it at the 33. Jukes away from one. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. The Jets and Brees Hall about set to go on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. And go play fake here with Smith. Caught by Mitchell, middle of the field. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up 1st downs and keep the drive on schedule.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll go right side with Hall. He's tackled after a gain of about 13, and that gives New York the first. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down.
I think we're seeing the exact same thing. That look of exasperation on the coach's face. You can't afford to take a loss like that, especially on calls that normally work.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Smith to the air now. Throw left side, grabbed by Allen. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Got to figure out this third down here. Looking to throw, Smith. And that one's going to fall incomplete. That forces fourth down.
Here, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are smaller. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Katie York now on for the field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash.
42-yard attempt.
York knocks it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
On now is York to kick this one away. Dowdle now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. The inside give to Dowdle. Escapes a defender. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Throwing on second, Rogers. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They've got 3rd and 5 now after the last completion got him 5. To throw, Rogers. Hauled in by Bernard, left side. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. New set of downs for him from the 31. They'll start this one out with Hall. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Mitchell now in motion left. Working on 2nd down. Smith. Throwing for his running back, but he comes up empty. Incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Smith setting the throw. Wilson's got it. And he's not going to make it. They stop him short, so expect a punt coming up here on 4th down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Austin McNamara on now to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Steelers offense headed out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going left. From the gun, a run for Dowdle. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 3 now. A tight end in motion now. On the ground again with Dowdle. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
They'll air it out on 3rd. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. Brought to the ground finally after a gain of about 17 yards. And that's going to give the Steelers the 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Quick throw to the left is complete. Trying to beat him with a quick pass, but not quick enough. That winds up as a loss.
Over the decades, you want to see elite defenses in the NFL. They have the big people that can run and the little people that will tackle. On that corner, well, he did his job there.
Last catch went the wrong way. It's 2nd and 12. Rodgers to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And look at the big fellas working their tails off up front. That offensive line gave the QB ample time. Unfortunately, just no completion to be found down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Cameron Johnston on the punt. And this is going to be his fourth effort tonight. And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. New York to the line. 1st and 10. Running back motions right. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And the stop is made downfield after a gain of about 18. And it's going to be a New York 1st down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
First and 10 from the 32. They send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, here comes Hall. They have him gain up about a handful there. Patrick Queen arranged it in for the tackle. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice gain.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust, right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
It just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, but it just got ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. They manage about 9 before a stop is made. And that's going to be good for a Jets 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. The pitch is to Hall. He dodged the tackle. Stop finally made after they give up 16 on the play. And that's going to be 1st down Jets.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
So a fresh set of downs now from the 39. And dial up the zone read on 1st and 10. Smith lost it. But it looked like someone on the Jets got to it first, so the Jets hold on to the football. So it'll be 2nd and long coming up, and that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. So they keep the football, but now they face 2nd and long. Motioning the tight end now. 2nd down throw coming for Smith. Over the middle, he's got Sadiq. And he's going to be brought down right after making that catch. A good gain, but the tackle limits it to 9.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Smith back to throw. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. But it looked like someone on the Jets got to it first, so the Jets hold on to the football. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now they got to be special.
Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. Austin McNamara will kick this away. The Steelers taking over on offense with halftime rapidly approaching. With the time remaining, let's see if they can get this into field goal range. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Trying it left side. Dowdle. And they're going to get to him. Bring him down after allowing about 13 on the play. And that is good for Pittsburgh. 1st down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Rodgers set to pass. Go try and forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. That's DeMario Davis. Somewhat surprising interception there, Brock. You don't see nearly as many of those on shorter, safer throws like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. Coordinators and coaches offensively look for layups, Kate. You like basketball, right? They look for layups, easy, gimmies. And in the short field, that usually is the case, but not against a defense like this, and not a defense that has the awareness of what they're trying to do.
The Jets headed out on offense late in this first half. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Smith. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. The Jets take their first time out.
It's a gain of 7.
They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Now Smith. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. Stop is made after a gain of about 7. That's going to be enough for the first. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd.
New York.
And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he's just going to heave this out through the end zone. Incomplete. 2nd down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Smith. He's in trouble, not going to get away. They drop him at the 29. Alex Highsmith. And that leaves them in trouble. They're staring down a 3rd and 19 now.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards, but Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is going to be a 46-yarder. York knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile till they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. Jukes away from one. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So a two-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a two-score ball game here as we resume play. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here's the Jets offense getting ready to start our third quarter. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. They start the half with a gift to Hall. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now trying to run for it with Hall. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down. Well, running it was a long shot, right? We all knew that. And even with that small pickup, still a few yards away from moving those chains.
And I don't mind the run call. I really don't. Those can be very effective in those situations. But that defense, they were up for it, and they hit it before it got started.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Steelers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Rodgers. Snags it near the edge. And he's going to lose at least a couple here heading out of bounds before he's able to make anything on that play.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Last catch went the wrong way. It's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. This one's misplayed and falls to the ground. Incomplete, and now it's 3rd down.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
They'll throw 3rd and long. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he's not going to make it. They stop him short, so expect a punt coming up here on 4th down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Jets and Brees Hall about set to go on offense.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jets getting ready for this 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. This is ahead for about 5. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here goes Allen. And he's got a chunk here, about 14 yards before the stop is made. 1st down coming up.
Kid, it really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number 1, got to control that nose tackle. Number 2, you got to get people to the 2nd level. That was teaching tape.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Play fake. Here's Smith. And this will wind up incomplete, so the failure to connect brings up 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And they'll fight ahead for a few. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, Smith. He's in trouble, not going to get away. They drop him at the 29. It's Highsmith again. And that's going to bring up 4th and 19 now.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
So out now comes the punter. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. He's got this at the 27. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And he's going to head out after a gain of 7.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Shotgun give now to Dowdle. They stop him at the 39. No first yet, but they've got 3rd and very short coming up.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. 3rd down run with Dowdle. Yeah, he's got him the 1st down. That 3-yard gain was enough on that previous play.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of them.
So 1st down from the 41. They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. Not a whole lot to speak of here, partner. 2-yard gain at most at 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll bring the tight end left. 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Caught by Freiermuth. And out he goes after picking up a couple. Brings up 3rd down.
That's good tight coverage right there defensively, but even a better throw on the play. Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but I say to you all the time, Kate, completions, completions, completions.
Jets into the nickel, 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Defenders closing in, and they're going to get home here, and they drop him at the 40. It's on Yamada again. And they come through to force a 4th and 11.
Just an incredible, incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
It's fielded at the 14. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return and gets it back to the 20. The Jets and Brees Hall about set to go on offense. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. New York to the line. 1st and 10. Pitch it out to him. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Hoping to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Smith setting the throw. Connects with his back. Hall. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Smith to the air now. Hall's got it again. Escapes a defender. Jukes another one. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down.
Complete to Brees
Big
Hall.
play there from the Jets.
A gain of
33 yards.
on the play.
I think one of my
First down,
favorite
New
adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or a dude shredding a defense just like that.
And send him over right. Play action. Here's Smith. Throw right side. Caught by Wilson. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Complete to Garrett
Every
Wilson.
once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of him on second down. Throwing is Smith. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Cameron Hayward. And good work by the defense forces a 3rd down and 10.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I gotta make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Steelers in the dime for this 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. He's got a man, but he can't make the catch. And it hit just a little too much. Breaks up that big play as 3rd down goes unanswered.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football, and they got a 1st down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Counterplay here, Warren. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Rogers will look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in by Washington. A big play before they get to him. That one's going to pick up about 23. And that is going to be good for the Steelers' 1st down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Here's Rogers on 1st. And he's only missed once since halftime. 5 completions so far on 6 attempts. Warren running between the tackles. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Nothing too fancy there. That is just some good physical football from a back who knows how to read his blocks, Kate, keep himself square, and go get those tough yards.
On 2nd down, Warren. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. To throw is Rogers. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Rogers, 1st and 10. And he's now up to 6 completions on 7 attempts since halftime. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
He's tackled at
Hey,
the
not a bad
32
play by
yard
any
line.
means,
It's
but
a
there's
pickup
room
of
for
3.
more, and they
Brings
know
up
it.
2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers to throw. They set up the screen. It's Pittman out wide. And they take him down right along the 30.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Rodgers set to pass. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They gain 11 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. Well, that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
And the rush is going to win this rep. They get to it. McDonald in there again. And that is his 2nd of the game.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 28-yard line.
And we won't have another snap. That is the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. All right, we're back, Brock, and it is 2nd down as we kick off our final quarter. Rodgers from the gun. And this one's going to be forced out by the hit. Incomplete. They've been going his way all game, Brock. Defense is paying attention. Someone there to bring up 3rd down. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Oh, enveloped by the defense. They get him at the 32. And that's going to bring this offense to a 4th and 23.
All right, up to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long. And on this drive, yet again, find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
A 49-yard attempt.
Tracking for it, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Now here comes the New York offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10. Now start this drive with Hall. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Motioning him from the slot right. On 2nd down, Smith. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And they get him down after a gain of 10. But great effort on his part. Pays off with the first down.
It's a gain of 10.
You know, as any quarterback is going to tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do, knowing you're going to get blasted. That defender's coming right at you, but you got to throw an accurate ball. It does two things. Number one, it strikes fear in the defense. And number two, you gain respect of your teammates.
Smith. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw as you're about to get smacked.
Couple of yards on the catch. Leaves them 2nd and 8. Quickly out wide. It's Mitchell. And he'll have a 4-yard gain on that one. He's taken down at the 44.
Mitchell. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Now Smith. That's on target to Cooper. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Jets first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 now for Smith. And he's found his target all 4 passes so far on this drive. Hall takes it straight ahead. Taken down after a quality gain, though, 15 yards. And that gives New York the first.
Kind of just feel it, don't you? Trying to close out this game, just keep leaning on that somebody who has produced and made the most of every one of his touches throughout.
That's Hall back there, 1st and 10. And he's up to 100 yards exactly after that last carry. Motion the slot man right. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
First down, New York.
Turns the shallow catch into something more. Give him 8 yards. That sets up 2nd and short. Now it looks like somebody is shaken up after that play. You never like seeing injuries, especially in the preseason. We'll get the training staff out to work on it. Great start on that first down. Only need 2 here on 2nd. They run. Here's Hall. And the defense holds him at the 2, Brock. He can't get beyond the line. Still a couple yards short of that end zone.
When you get stuff like that on a 2nd down run, the focus kind of shifts from getting a first down to just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
3rd and just 2 to go. They go right back to Hall. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short. And they sure were dug in. They were ready for the run there, just like the play before it, Brock. Got him stopped short.
Yeah, more than likely they knew a run was coming, but that doesn't take anything away from their effort to make the stop. That just defensively was awesome.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. Smith back to throw. And he hauls it in for the New York touchdown. Omar Cooper Jr. capping an 11-play march to pay dirt. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
York now for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they bump their lead up to 14.
Jets 20, Steelers 6. York.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll start the drive with Warren. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. That right there, exactly the type of havoc that a well-designed blitz can cause, Brock. Everyone's so busy picking up their rushers. That D tackle cleaned up.
Sure did. He gets his one-on-one. He shocks him with those heavy hands, knocks off that blocker, and knocked down that runner.
On second down, Warren gets it again. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up. They'll go again with Warren. He's hauled down after just a couple of yards, but enough. Importantly enough, they get that first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
At the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. To throw, Rodgers. It's a screen play to Warren. And they're going to force him out just before he gets to that marker. So give him 9 on that play. And now a very manageable second down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throwing on second, Rodgers. And an unforced error. Can't bring that one in. That's going to go as a drop, and that means it's 3rd down.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You've got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll run with Warren. Stopped after a gain of just 1, but still enough there to pick up the first down.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Second and 6 coming up here. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down back across midfield at the 49. T'Vondre Sweat. And now it's going to be 3rd and 12.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Extra man in the secondary for the Jets now. 3rd down. Now here's Rodgers. That one's incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Desperation time here on 4th. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Jets back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Hall. And no question he won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on 1st down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Here's Hall once more. Good play call there. 15 yards for their efforts, and they got the 1st down.
He in this ground game, Kate, have seen such a steady dose of work, and what you hope is all of those body blows throughout can lead to a knockout punch like that.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. A give left side for Hall. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Second down run by Davis. He dodged the tackle. And the 2nd down run produces 7 before they bring him down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
Smith on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. They slow him up here after 4, maybe 5 yards. And it's going to be a New York 1st down.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
On the handoff, Allen. And a nice start here on first down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. And this might be the one that puts it away. Touchdown, New York. At a 9, Mitchell. Taking it in from 7 out. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
York now for the extra point. Sent right down the middle and good. And the lead now 21.
27. Steelers 6.
Now is York to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Keeps away from 1. This makes it up to the 25. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Now Rodgers gets this to Bernard over the middle. This is going to be good for a new set of downs. In the end, about 16 yards on that play.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. 1st down. Here's Rodgers. Left side into the hands of Warren. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Jets' 32-yard line.
Great start on that 1st down. Only need 2 here on 2nd. To throw is Rodgers. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. But I believe a Steeler was first to that football. They make the recovery and keep possession. Near disaster a moment ago, but this drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Rodgers will look to throw. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
1st and 10.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Short pass brought in. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
It's a gain of 5.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
2nd down, it's Rodgers. And he knocks it out. Oh, he found him deep, but the defender makes the play, separating him from that touchdown, Brock. It's going to send him back now for 3rd down.
I can imagine the more vocal guys on that defense, especially linebacker, safety, reminding the guys, hey, listen, nothing behind us, and when we get a chance to knock it down, one-on-one, we got to win these contested plays as they just did.
Now Rodgers on his 3rd and short. And the hit is going to break up the catch. Incomplete. A couple of defenders nearby, Brock, who actually could have broken that one up. That's going to bring up 4th down.
They needed a lot more out of this offense in this one, Kate, to keep pace in this contest. Just wasn't there. Continuity wasn't there. Rhythm wasn't there. Confidence wasn't there. This is one they like to forget.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Oh, it's the screen. Pass complete. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the 1st.
6-yard line.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Warren here from the gun. And he's going to reach the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren scoring there on the 10th play of that drive. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the grab game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And it's down to a 14-point game.
27, Steelers 13.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And they're even going to find some bonus yards, Brock, after they brought in that football.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The Jets back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down. So it's a road win for the Jets. And they'll enter the final week of the preseason with a little momentum thanks to this victory. Ahead of that last tune-up before the games start to count. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from Pittsburgh.